Hi, welcome to your carrier update brought to you by PowerFleet. I'm Michael Vincent. He's Donnie Gilbert. What's up, man?
Well, let's just kind of check into what the markets are doing.
Let's do it.
Starting out here, I've got a chart brought up here. This is Outbound Tender Volume Index, and I'm comparing it. The Outbound Tender Volume Index is in blue, and I got in red Outbound Tender Rejection Rates.
Nice.
So this is drive-in, reefer. This is all of our modes of transportation all put together. And first thing I want to point out, record high. Right here before the end of the month, we had 16,156. That's the highest we've ever seen OTVI. So seeing it trend down, it looks like a sharp trend, like, oh, it's trending down. Well, it's come down to only 15,800, which is still extremely strong.
End of the month, holiday season,
Labor Day.
And Labor Day.
Yep.
Yep.
So with that being said, that brings me to the next point of we have rejection rates that are still climbing up.
Yes,
so
we do.
We have,
where are we at? 23.02.
yep.
Wow.
So we have end of month, Hurricane Ida, and Labor Day weekend. So all that's coming in together. We're seeing a little bit of pressure coming on from the hurricane, and we'll look at that here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pop in and break this down by drive-in and reefer. I always recommend breaking everything down by drive-in and reefer. So here on your left, I've got drive-in outbound tender volumes in blue there, and in red is drive-in outbound tender rejection rates. So that downward trend looks very sharp there on drive-in. It's all the down. The drop in freight volumes is in drive-in, but it's still 11,087, which is still extremely strong. So
yeah, this is not quite it's an 11-day line. Is what we're looking
I'm kind of
at
closed in, so it looks really bad, but it's not as bad. But you see rejection rates headed up 23.54%, which that's kind of telling us where the pressure is. You know, capacity is tightening. Rejection rates are pushing spot rates, or spot rates are going up, which is why customer freight or carriers are rejecting a little bit more freight here.
Yep.
So there's a lot of positive things in the drive-in market. Reefer's trending up on both. Reefer's got volumes that are trending up here at 2,048, and we have rejection rates trending up.
Is that the Pacific Northwest still driving this a lot?
There's a lot going on in the Pacific Northwest, yes. And we got potatoes and hops in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Now in the Southeast with Hurricane Ida, we're going to have a lot of ice having to be ran.
Oh, yeah. FEMA's taking up a lot of capacity, yeah.
There's only a small area of New Orleans right now that has power.
Right.
So there's going to have to be people that need ice and water, and it's going to be a while before this is fixed. They're saying in some areas up to a month before they get power back.
Gotcha.
Over a week around the main city of New Orleans, but out, in those surrounding areas, that's where it's going to be very difficult. And they haven't even gotten out to those people yet.
Yeah.
I was watching the news yesterday, and they had their FEMA crews lined up trying to get in to start to get set up, which I said before, it takes 3 to 5 days. So these people are in the city going, hey, I haven't seen any help. I haven't seen any help. Well, they're trying.
It's not as easy to get in there.
They're working on it. And then they got to get in, and they have to get set up because safety is extremely important for these truck drivers. They want to have the places set up. They know where they're going, know they can unload there and get out. If a driver were to get hurt, it could affect other drivers' willingness to even work on the project because that rumor is going to spread very, very quickly.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Safety first, they're getting there. That's why they probably should have left when a Category 4 hurricane was coming in. And a lot of people forgot that. So anyways, they're getting there. It's affecting capacity, both drive-in and reefer, just a little bit right now. Okay. But as this ramps up, you're going to see a lot of changes as this project gets rolling full steam.
Right.
Let's go ahead and bring up a map here. You can kind of see some of the results here. You see a lot of blues.
What do we got here?
Right around here, Houston. This is the drive-in tender rejection rate, but a 1-week change.
Okay. So this is the weekly change on rejections drive-in.
Yeah, and you see some blues here: Dallas, Houston, Shreveport. Now, some of this is going to be a little bit different. Normally, we always say that drive-in rejection rates show us what directions that, carriers reject freight because they're searching for higher rates. And that's true, and that follows, and that still is true. But we're going to see a little bit of separation from that probably around the New Orleans area. And that's because this is a disaster area. That's why it's going to be a little bit different, than the regular normal markets. And a lot of your big freight companies are not going to be sending their trucks down into New Orleans. And that's going to interrupt and mess up the freight engineering lanes that they normally do. So now they're not turning freight down because they're chasing higher rates and rates aren't going up in New Orleans. It's because the equipment isn't in position.
Right.
And that's going to take a while to work through. and shippers got to get back open. Here, coming up here on the next segment, we'll kind of dive in and look at rejection rates and volumes in New Orleans. But you're going to see some of this area around here be blue because we've interrupted. It's a disaster area, and just the freight lanes are interrupted right now until all that works itself through, which is going to be probably 2 or 3 weeks before that kind of sells itself out.
Right, and we'll see some ripple effect in the surrounding markets as well.
Yes.
Because of that. Yeah, excellent stuff, Donnie. We'll catch up with you a little bit later in the show. Thank you so much.